G'day, and welcome back to the channel, Headlight Restoration Perth, where we all get onto this journey together and see if we can help each other out and improve what we do and make a little bit more money. So on that subject of money, today I'm going to give you a little bit of a customer hack that I do, because I can only show you so many times on the same process. So I thought that I would start just giving you ideas as well on how to sort of like create a little bit of extra income in your business, or just if you just need a little bit of extra money in your skyrocket, So I do like to just talk, and I don't have any great purpose sometimes when I create these videos. I just freeball it, and I'm not sure if that is something that you don't mind or if it annoys you. Just if you find that it's that I go off topic a little bit, and when I'm chatting, just let me know in the comments, and if it annoys you, let me know. We're all about trying to make things better and more presentable. So I'm more than happy to listen to any feedback, because I am by no means a professional at YouTube or headlight restorations or anything. So, I'm learning from you as much as you might get to learn something from me. But in today's video, I thought that I'd show you how I resell a headlight over and over, and how you can make hundreds of dollars just from getting something like this done. So what I do is I use just a classified platform. I don't know wherever you're watching this in the world, but you've obviously got that popular little platform where you can have a look at a classified section and people selling cars, headlights, the kitchen sink, it doesn't matter. So what I do is I like to go on there, search for headlights, and sometimes like this pair here, this is from a 2009 Toyota Hilux. They might be called different things in different countries. Like in the US, it could be a Tundra or something like that. But over here in Australia, we call them the Hilux. And these were actually free. And like when I looked on the ad had been up for like 6 weeks. And I was thinking, there's no way these are still available. So I just messaged him, and they were still available. No one even bothered to do this. So I went and picked this set of headlights up at no cost at all, but they are what they are. And you'll see later, these are over 15 years old and off a four-wheel drive that's been off road. You can see there it's got no plastic covering on the back of the headlight section there. So dust has been able to get in, and you'll see that later on, but that's not the point of the video. The point is I've got these for no cost. So what I do is I will refurbish these, restore them, and because they're a freestanding, I do the back as well. I just use the tire foam, because it's designed to clean rubber and everything, and as we all know, plastic is made from the same material, just different components, so it does have a great effect. That being said, in your area, wherever it was growing up, you would have grown up and there would have been really popular cars, and everyone, like here in Australia, we had the Holden Commodore and the Ford Falcon, both built in Australia and no longer now, but, they were the go-to cars. So There's a lot of them, super popular. People use them for different things. People will turn them into, works of art. They're street machines, daily driver, whatever. But they were so popular, and everyone liked them. So I just before this one, like I'm going to give you an example. I put an ad on because I got headlights for a Holden Commodore, really cheap, like $30, and I refurbished these things, and you could not even see through them when I got them. So by the time I'd finished, like I'm doing here, I'm just restoring them back to the best that I can get them, and those lights I actually ended up selling for $250. But my thing is, I didn't have to get rid of them to make money, because you are creating your own customer port by doing this. So what you do is you get a car that is really popular, and the Commodore was a bit old. It's like going on 20 years old and all that. But the thing is, there's a lot of them, and after 20 years or whatever, the lights do break down a lot. So his lights were terrible. There's nothing wrong with them physically, and you'll find that that's going to be the case when you're doing this. There's nothing wrong with the lights. They just like what you've produced, and they want to think, okay, I'm going to get them. So what I do is, because I only charge $100 to restore lights, and off these Toyota Hilux, so I'll do these, but I will put them up on a classified for $150. Okay, because you will get clicks. Like from the last ones I did, I had over 350 clicks, 20 to 50 saved posts. They'd save my ad, and I'd spoke to a lot of people. So what happens is you find that car, and you get the headlights from that marketplace for the cheap as you can, next to nothing. You do a 90% job on them. You don't make them 100%. Because some of the times it could be just the really fine scratches you couldn't get out, or the back wasn't perfect. You could have still been a bit of marks and all that. You do a great job with the lens, don't get me wrong there, but the headlights, you don't have to create 100% job, is what I'm saying. You can just do a fantastic effort and get that looking really nice for the customer. Because what happens is they want it, you talk to them, and then what I do is I ask them about if there's damage on theirs, or if it's okay and it's just faded with age, oxidized, all that sort of stuff. And 9 times out of 10, there's actually nothing wrong with the light other than the aging and the oxidization. So because I know I only charge $100 to do a car lights, and I'm putting these up, or I put up any lights that I buy for $150, what I do then is, when I talk to them, I just suggest, they say, well, I'll sell you these, but how about I actually restore your headlights for $100, which saves you $50, and you'll get the same outcome as what you're seeing right here. And it really starts making them think. I go, and you further that by telling them, now you don't have to worry about dismantling your car and taking off your fenders and your bumpers to get to your headlights, and then reinstalling the ones that I have here. So all that time and effort on your part. So I could do it right now if you wanted to. I can just restore your headlights to this condition, and it's going to save you $50 in your pocket, and it's just going to cost you $100. And 9 times out of 10, they see the bargain, they see the deal. They don't have to do any physical labour. They don't have to pull their car apart, reinstall, potentially loose screws, brake brackets, scratch bumpers, whatever. They just don't have to worry about the hassle. So from me doing the effort like this, creating the headlight, it's like a business card, because you're making the customers come to you. You're not even looking for your customers. Now, people see what you do. They want to actually, you're going through the funnel as such. You don't have to try and sell them the detail. These people are already looking for better headlights for their car. So they're primed. So now all you're doing is offering them the same product, 2/3 the cost, without them having to do any physical labour, or potentially spending hundreds of more dollars getting them installed at their local service station or workshop or whatever it is they might be doing, because the girl, he might not be, they might not be mechanically minded, and they'd just rather pay for someone to do it. So the idea is you get this, you produce the product, you then attract the customer who already wants better headlights, and then you just upsell them. You basically say, hey, I can give you this same product for 2/3 the cost, and I can do it right now. We all done in an hour. You don't have to worry about anything. And 9 times out of 10, you'll find that you do this. And you do it multiple times. So from that one headlight, you could make $300, $500, $700 before you actually worry even about selling it. And some people have actually damaged their headlights, so they thought, well, I actually need the physical headlight because I've broken mine. So you just sell it, and then you start again. But the thing is, there's so many different makes, models, and everything out there that you just look for the cheap and the free. Even if you have to go to your dismantler, your wreckers or whatever, and just buy the cheapest set of headlights you can off a popular model and start the process. Because you could have your own little stock and you could have all your ads up, and you could be getting multiple people, and before you know it, you'll have your calendar full of the jobs that you're doing for the week, because they're coming to you. So if you find any of what I'm saying makes sense, and this is something that you think you might be able to incorporate, and even if it's something you know how to do, and you don't even have a restoration business, you just know how to do it, and you know how you can do it for others anyway. You can make a little bit of a side hustle there. So I think I'm going to start doing more videos like this, rather than just the process, and try and be more valuable to the community, and help them create a little bit more money for themselves, and and just share the things that I do. It might not work for everyone, but if it works for one person, well, why not? So so you're doing the process, you're paying a lot of attention to the light you're doing, because what you are doing is you're actually creating a little stock of lights that you could have anyway. So even when you're not getting the customer and they just want the lights, you've got a selection of lights available for people who just want to purchase them anyway. So you go to the wreckers and dismantle them. Some of them, they don't even care. Doesn't matter what the condition, they'll just charge you $110, $150 anyway. and you've got to go and pull them out of the car yourself. So by doing it this way, and then you're building your own little stock up of different headlights, and you're creating the ads. So, it could be just an ongoing little slow stream of income for the sale of the lights, but it could also be bringing in those customers, and you might only need 1 or 2 customers that really appreciate what you're doing and say, hey, man, I went to buy a set of lights off this. So he ended up doing mine for me, and I didn't have to do nothing, and I got it for $50 cheaper. And all of a sudden, the people they're talking to, their ears prick up, and you just don't know. From that one customer that you got, you might even create another one, and then from them you might create another 2. You just got to be patient and let it happen. But as a business model and everything, headlights are cheap to get into, and you can make some great extra cash, great income. So if you find this information that I'm giving helpful, like, subscribe, click that little bell so you get more videos like this. And as you can see here, once I've cleared it, because it didn't have that rubber boot on the back of that where you change the globe, you can see inside the dust sitting on the inside, on the ledges and all that sort of stuff. So this is the perfect example of something that costs you nothing. You can just put it up for even the same price you're doing it. But they've got to clean now the insides of that light somehow, maybe with an air blower, or they're not going to get 100% because there is some kind of watermarks in there now and everything. So I will sell this for the same price now that I've seen the results from the inside. So I'll sell it for the same price and that I want, but now I can still sell my product for the same price, do theirs, and they don't have to worry about getting it cleaned out and installing and that anyway. So you can make it work for you whatever happens. So that's pretty much it for this video. So I hope it all helps. I'll start doing more like this when I come up with little ideas, because I always seem to have these little flash in the pan things. So as you can see here, this is the before, and then it goes to the after. So I hope this video was helpful. Like I say, like, share, hit the bell, subscribe. Have a great day.